hard to get everyone together to make it, and I'm so appreciative that you all did. I promise not to take a lot of your time with the speaking part so you can get to the fun part, but we do have, Jason is going to kick us off, then we're going to do the awards, we have a speaker, and then we'll get to find out what's all around you in this room here. So, without further ado, Jason Upstart.
Good morning. Good morning. You can hear me. First of all, let me thank Brandy and Anna for coordinating such a wonderful and deserving event to recognize the great work that Lincoln County DSPs do each and every day to enrich lives of people with developmental disabilities. We are here today to celebrate you. So I was asked today to share my why. And I bet that if any of you have worked in the field long enough, you would agree that we all have great stories to share. Why is this? I believe that we all contain these memories because of the passion that's driving us by the love of serving others and watching them grow. You see, I was raised in a small Appalachian town in West Virginia. At the time of graduation, all I wanted to do was become a state trooper, which I had gone through all the processing with Maryland State Police cadet program, and I was set to be hired when I graduated. However, as many things happen in life, curveballs get thrown, and we have to recalibrate our goals. At that time, the state of Maryland was in a deficit, and the governor initiated a hiring freeze. My dreams were stopped dead in their tracks, or were they really? You see, I've learned that it means more about what we do with negative experiences than just simply pushing them aside and moving on. If we learn from each experience and apply what we've learned, we all grow. So, being from a small town with limited opportunities, I started to work in a factory. Trying to live paycheck to paycheck, my new marriage quickly fell apart, and I found myself a 21-year-old divorced man doing the same repetitive job at work every day. I knew that I had more to offer in life. By taking yet another setback, I was able to harbor the energy and set aside a new direction. I applied at 18 colleges and made a bet that I would go to the first one that accepted me. So I packed up my car and headed to Idaho. That's a true story. After 1 year, I transferred to a West Virginia university. And it wasn't until I was in an intro to sociology class that had probably 200 plus students in it. And I looked around the classroom and thought, if all of these people were applying for the same job, what would set me apart? That's when I knew that it was all about experience. At the time, I was working as a sandwich artist at our local Subway. Do they even call them sandwich artists anymore? Nobody works at Subway. You remember, it was the day, they used to cut the top off the, that's how long ago it was. But I worked the breakfast shift, and so I was there in the morning, and we always had newspapers for our guests, customers. And I opened up to the Help Wanted ads one day and found a 2x2-inch Help Wanted ad that read, looking for applicants to work with people with MRDD. I didn't know what MRDD meant. What was important to me was that I would be able to work with people. I was interviewed and hired to be a DSP. Going through the training, I wasn't sure if I could do the job, but I was definitely willing to give it 100%. The two adult men that I worked with taught me so much, and I'm sure as many of you sit here today would agree that working in the DD field, we have a very reciprocal relationship with the people we support. They actually help us just as much as we do for them. Being a DSP was the best experience that I've ever had that has prepared me to work in the field that we are today throughout my entire career. Later, I was promoted and have held various positions from being a Q, a director, regional director, vice president, now superintendent. And I can sit here today, or stand here today, and tell you that nothing prepared me more for these jobs than when I was a DSP. So my why is about being involved in promoting opportunities where people can live happy, fulfilling lives. One where people can accomplish their life goals by doing what is important to them. Isn't that what we all want in life? It's about working together with you, provider agencies, independent providers, families, and individuals. We all share a common goal and our mission. Our strength today and always will be in our partnerships. I'm so very grateful that we have established great relationships with our providers, and as a result, we've been able to create a culture of gratitude. Just remember, like in my situation, when we use experiences that we learn from in negative situations, we can create positive outcomes for all of us, the people that we involve ourselves with. And as I stand here today, I can attest that answering that little 2x2-inch ad changed my life and opened my opportunities to work in this very rewarding system. And thank you all for being my why.
Before we start this, I would like to thank Matt Dunham and Newark High School. They're live streaming the event today. We do have some folks who won who can't be here. So, hi everyone. I know when I talk to you and you'll see us. This year we had over 150 nominations. So as you can imagine, as we went through them as a committee, there were threats of violence. I had to drive a different car for a while. There were tissues, there were stories, and each time we read about a DSP, then even more stories came about. The nominations were submitted by agencies, by people you all support, by families, and it was amazing to read all of them. In years past, we had one winner from each category. This year, due to some threats of violence, just kidding, she wasn't serious, kind of. We are going to do 2 award winners for every category. The nominations were that good. We could not narrow it down. So, without further ado, if you are called as a winner, if you would please enter from this side of the stage, I'll give you your award. We're going to take a picture over here, and it will be fantastic. The first award is the Horizon Award. This DSP connects the people they serve their community by matching their interests to local events and helping them to expand their horizons. The first award winner, I'll read you a little bit about it first and then I'll tell you what it is. Phenomenal staff. He goes above and beyond for everyone he comes in contact with. He brought in his homemade pasta maker and taught the guys how to make pasta, set up a sensory room, and a manager space, and all of these things just to make people smile. Derrick Snider. This next winner had 6 nominations. This is a name that you can't say often without hearing, oh my gosh, I love that person. So I'm gonna read one. This person is a team player and able to jump in and help out no matter what. He is able to go in any hole and be of assistance when needed. He is also compassionate and caring. Chris Trick, we'll see us Saturday. This DSP has a desire to help people develop employment skills and matching employers to people's interests, which ultimately allows people to earn an income doing something they enjoy. The first person could not be with us today. She is not feeling well. Elizabeth Myers from ARC Industries. I know you're watching because I talked to you last night. Elizabeth went above and beyond when a person we serve was struggling and helped him recognize his strengths and supported him when he quit his job and assisted with following up and made sure he gave a 2 weeks notice, etc. Thank you, Elizabeth, for all that you do. Also, in that category, somebody who received multiple nominations. This person is an amazing support and advocate for the folks who we support. She's gone above and beyond to assist individuals with reaching their employment goals and making sure they're happy, safe, and satisfied with the path that they are on. Jeannette Bush. Next, we have the Constellation Award. This supervisor, manager, leader helps others excel and provides opportunities for growth, advancement of staff, and demonstrates leadership that fosters collaboration that allows for coworkers to be the brightest stars. There's several reasons that were listed why this person should win. She goes above and beyond the call of duty when it comes to working with the individuals, and she has for years. She goes above and beyond for her staff. She'll pull every shift to give her staff a break instead of working them too much, and she will work those third shifts. Her staff can go to her for anything and everything, regardless if it's work-related or personal reasons, and she will listen to them. She sacrificed time away from her family to handle work situations, and whenever there is a crisis, she's the first one there fixing it. Congratulations, Meagan. This person is an amazing supervisor. She always pushes me to be the best version of myself. If it was not for her believing in me, I would never have received all the training and certifications that I've received. She made sure to let me know almost on a daily basis that she's proud of me. She is by far the definition of a great leader. Shella. For those of you who don't know, Shella is going to be retiring this year. She is going to be a very big hole, but I think we'll just like go with that. Is that okay? see tears, I cry too, and it's a whole issue. So luckily, it's kind of dark out there. Here we go, the SOAR board. This DSP is a champion of supporting people to form lasting friendship and natural supports. These supports allow people to stretch, grow, and soar to greater heights. For the first award winner, this person is an upbeat personality and is positive in any situation. Her connection with the individuals is magic and her smile is contagious. This person mentors DSPs to make sure that they are supporting the best of their ability and helping them reach for the stars. Even when she is off, she is still working to make sure that he feels happy and important. Hannah Fogle, CBS. The next winner in this category also is not able to make it today. She was exposed to COVID, so Sousa with Smart. I have worked with Anne for several years now, and I don't know of anyone who works harder to help the individuals she works with to become the best they can be. She looks at each person's individual strengths and tries to build on those. When addressing problems and issues, she makes her point, but does so in a very caring way and always following up with a positive note. Thank you, Anne, for everything that you do. And we have Miss Teresa Whitkey, who will be announcing the independent.
Hi, everybody. So glad you're all here. So for independence, we created the Luna Award. The independent provider who's nominated for the Luna Award connects people that they support with their interest in the community, natural supports, and is the source of illumination that allows someone to shine. And our first award winner is a direct support provider, an independent provider who really looks out for the person she cares for. She not only finds things for her to do that match her age and her interests, but also is always looking out that she gets the best personal care possible. She's a great liaison between the family, the service coordinator, and the other providers. And she also works very closely to make sure that the schedules that aren't always followed perfectly, because we all have lives, right, are communicated to the service coordinator, so if shifting of hours needs to happen, it's a very seamless process. She's very well loved by the family, by the service coordinator, and you can tell that the person she supports loves her by the great big smile that she has when this provider walks through the door. Is Alissa Miller here? Well, unfortunately, she couldn't be with us today, but Alissa Miller, congratulations. And our second award winner has worked very hard to help a person that she supports really be able to show his own personality. That his family is so excited about the changes in his personality since she's been working with him that they wanted to nominate her for an award. Not only does she show him respect and has helped him with his communication skills, but she has 2 sons in her home that plan activities around time that he's going to be in their home so they can do things with him like any other boy his age, or man I should say, of his age. And so they're very excited that Christa Ware is their provider.
one big group photo after this part. We're going to have a speaker, and then Angie's going to do housekeeping. And if you want an award, if you would come up here on the stage after so we can do one big amazing photo. Congratulations to all the winners. It was truly a pleasure reading all of the nominations. It was so difficult to decide because there are so many great DSPs out there. So congratulations to all the winners again. Our speaker for this morning is Sherry Gallup. Sherry is an extension educator and certified health and wellness coach and has been making a difference in the lives of ordinary people for over 20 years. She has received several state and national awards for her teaching, has studied with experts at Harvard University and the Culinary Institute of America, and traveled to Italy to study food as medicine. In the local community, she provides leaderships to diabetes education, health and wellness, and food and safety education. Sherry is a passionate and mindful speaker who is creative in her teaching and looks forward to meeting you. Sherry Gallup.
For that nice introduction, and it's great to be here and just listening to some of the stories that were shared this morning, starting with your director. How amazing it is that we go through life and think we don't need each other, right? I'm here to talk about a few things today. It's my understanding that you all care for others, but sometimes you forget to care about yourself. And that's what today is all about, learning to self-care. And this falls under my umbrella. I've taught mindfulness as well as nutrition, but in the last few years, I've really been teaching a lot of mindfulness and self-care to others. This is something that takes practice, and it's a little awkward at first. So what I'd like you to do right now is to give yourself a big hug. No social distancing here, right? You're with yourself. Take a deep breath in. And say, may I be strong. Those are mantras. Another mantra, another type of self-care is to take your hands, pop them in your face. When I do this on a regular basis at work, in my office, my eyes almost automatically close. And you take another deep breath in and tell yourself, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And the last one is to take your hand and place it over your heart and say something like, may I be safe. Now these have been proven through decades of science to calm us because the body releases oxytocin. So that's the why. Why would I do this? Well, in that moment of stress, these are tools that you have in your back pocket. You're breathing and you're living, and you can calm. You have the abilities to calm yourself. This is what I call a superpower. We release oxytocin in the human body, and it calms us. Even hugging a dog or your animal produces oxytocin. So keep that in mind when you are stressed out and you're in that moment of needing some calm. Another superpower is mindfulness. I noticed in your packet today you have a challenge, and some of the squares on that board are watching a sunset or a sunrise or coloring. And those are things that cause the brain to slow down. Things we don't often take time to do, but we should be doing these things. Mindfulness means staying in the moment. So here's an example. this morning when you ate breakfast, how many of you had something to drink? Coffee, orange juice, okay. Did you take a moment to think about the coffee or the juice? Did you smell it? Some are saying yes. When you poured it in a glass, did you notice the color? Was it light or dull, shiny or dark? Notice these things without any judgment. So our minds want to wander. I gotta get to this program, I have laundry to do, a child to pick up. Think about just staying in the moment. We know that 1 minute of mindfulness every day resets the brain. Isn't that amazing? 1 minute. So think about the reason why we would do this. In the back, we have coloring pages for you as you go around, and crayons. Consider taking a page and a box of crayons. And when you're stressed, begin to color. 1 minute is all it takes to reset our brains. Really is amazing, because when we go through life, like your director spoke about, the ups and downs of life, we need these tools. And I love sharing this message because we have these tools right within us. We know through neuroscience that these brief interventions can change the brain and help us calm. Isn't that amazing? Amazing when I learned to do that on my own. Now the last superpower that I invite to do with you is called the 4-7-8 breath. So the 4-7-8, and I'm going to step out here for a minute, or maybe I'll step to this side. So the 4-7-8 breath is very, very easy. It was created by Dr. Andrew Weil, and it's called the relaxation breath as well. And that's all you do. You think about the numbers 4, 7, 8. You take a deep breath in for 4. We'll do this together in a minute, but I just wanted to show you. So you take a deep breath in for 4. You hold it at the top of that breath for 7. Your body begins to change during that hold of 7, and then you breathe out for 8. So let's take a deep cleansing breath in through your nose. Hold it for 7. Out for 8. Now let me give you the why behind this. It's funny we talked to, that was what you started your conference with today. The why behind this is when we breathe through our nose, we have a nerve inside of our nose that calms the body, the vagus nerve. If you would breathe through your mouth, it wouldn't have the same reaction in your body. So when you breathe through your nose, think about that. And then breathe out like you're fogging a window. Some people say, I'm breathing all the time. I don't understand this breath. Super simple. So you breathe, think about like fogging up a window. So let's do this. We have 3 more rounds, and I want to see how you're feeling after we're finished. You can follow my hand. I will lead you up with the breath and a hold and then back down. Are you ready? This is your superpower. Notice how you're feeling now and when we finish this activity. So here we go. Breathe in through the nose for 4. Hold for 7. Out for 8. I know it's awkward. You'll get used to it. In for 4. Hold for 7, out for 8, in for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. One more time, in for 4, hold for 7, feel a little calmer? Now I know it takes practice and it feels awkward at first. I practiced it this morning on my way here. Guess what I ran into? A choo-choo train. It was 10 minutes long, at least. What did I do? I pulled out my superpower and I started breathing. Was I calmer? Yes. Take advantage of these moments, sitting at red lights, in your car, on a bench, wherever you might be. Now you have these tools. You have mindfulness. You know that slowing down, focusing on one thing, 1 minute a day, makes a difference. You have hugs, right? Hugging someone, or a dog, or yourself. We know that the body releases oxytocin. And the final tool that I leave with you is that 4-7-8 breath. Again, something you always have with you. So as caregivers, I want to encourage you to take care of yourself, to learn what you can today, because if we don't have you, then we don't have the people that you're caring for. It sounds like you're making a big difference in the lives of so many people, and we're all very grateful for the work that you do. So with that, I'll turn it back over and thank you for today.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, everyone, for coming and celebrating all the amazing DSPs. We had some really awesome and touching award winners, but we had just amazing nominations. I can't tell you how difficult and how amazing it was to read through all of those. So just to let you know what the remainder of the day, no more talking, we have set up around the room some amazing self-care items that will hopefully help you take really awesome care of yourself because you are caring for people all the time, and you really need to remember to take care of yourselves as well. And so there are those things around the room. There is food in the back. You received surveys at when you walked in. Please remember to fill those out and turn those in. Those will be put into a drawing for a super awesome gift basket. And if you were nominated for an award, please come up to the stage and you will get this super awesome, soft blanket. And just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. We will be kicking you out at 12:25.